Have you gone on a date with someone and you really hit it off? You had a really great time and you had a lot of things in common. And then, when you tried contacting them later on, they fell off the face of the earth with no explanation. If you've ever been ghosted before and didn't know why, this video is for you. Hello and welcome. My name's Heather. I'm a registered professional counselor and a certified life coach. I've had my private practice for about 9 years, and I help people get through difficult breakups that are keeping them stuck from living their fullest lives. For those of you who don't know what ghosting is, it's essentially when you figure out that your relationship is over through silence. So, unanswered text, calls, unread DMs, etc. Today, I'm going to share with you helpful tips to help you move on if you've been ghosted. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. First off, let's talk about why people ghost in the first place. One reason is that it's easier. It's a lot more convenient and not a lot of emotional investment. They don't want to take on the responsibility of having to have a difficult conversation with someone else, especially if it involves having to reject the other person. The second reason why people ghost others is because they want to avoid conflict or difficult discussions. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't equipped to have difficult conversations. Since the emotional investment is low, they don't feel the need to owe the other person an explanation. They also feel that there is a low risk of running into the person in the future after they've ghosted them. So the risk of any consequences are extremely low. The third reason why someone might ghost is that they want to avoid hurting the other person. So their logic is out of sight, out of mind. Again, as human beings, we generally don't like to hurt other people. And also, we want to remain liked. And if we have to have a conversation with someone about why we no longer are interested, we have to deal with seeing them in person and possibly hurt. And so, ghosting is a perfect opportunity for someone to get out of that relationship without causing anyone emotional pain. Or so they think. Again, they don't know what the other person is going through because they've completely shut them out from their lives. And what they don't realize is that it causes more emotional distress. And we'll talk more about that later on. The fourth reason why people ghost is because technology has provided new ways to avoid hard discussions. Essentially, silence is the new no. Technology has made it so easy for people to avoid social contact and having face-to-face discussions and real conversations. People take advantage of technology because they think it's an easy way out. All technology really does is enable this pattern and this habit of completely disregarding other people's feelings. And it also prevents people from practicing empathy. Empathy is important in order to have successful social interactions. If you're considering ghosting someone because you don't know how to break up with them, check out my other video afterwards on how to break up with someone and start learning this important skill of having these difficult conversations with someone, especially if you're not too sure what to say or if you're afraid of hurting someone else's feelings. I'll link it above. How does ghosting impact someone? The first thing is endings matter. There is biological evidence that breakups are significant opportunities for growth, and clear breakups set the brain to prepare for that loss. If you've been ghosted, you may not have this opportunity for growth because you become fixated on why the other person stopped talking to you and you don't have any more mental energy left to grow and learn from that relationship. The second way that ghosting can impact you is that it brings up feelings of rejection. Increased activity in the forebrain indicating that someone has been rejected is trying to figure out what went wrong and what happened. This can lead to rumination and negative self-belief. Rumination can be described as going over and over a thought or problem without any completion or closure. So, when a person has been ghosted, they're constantly thinking about what went wrong, what they did wrong, and they're trying to go back and think about all the little clues that they have missed, even though there might not have been any clues at all. And this leads into the third way that ghosting can impact you, which is that the absence of a clear explanation leads the mind to try to find a resolution, and it usually ends up with the person finding something deeply negative about themselves. This can be quite harmful because they start to doubt their own self-worth, and this brings down their self-esteem. Since they're not able to find any clear explanation, through the process of rumination, they come to the conclusion that the only possible reason why this other person has ghosted them and has rejected them is because of either their characteristics or their personality. So they start to turn on themselves and believe these negative thoughts. And without any more explanation about it being something else, they start to believe that they are worthless, that they're not worthy, or that there's something deeply wrong with them, and that they'll never find another partner. The fourth way ghosting can impact you is that ghosting changes you. It makes people more cautious from reaching out and connecting to others or trying new things. People become guarded or scared to be honest and to be themselves with others. They worry that if they become close to someone or if they start getting attached, that they might get abandoned or rejected or ghosted again. And so they start putting up these walls and start questioning who they can trust and who might stay and who might leave. So what can you do if you are ghosted? The first thing is to view this as an opportunity to grow. People who suffered the least emotional damage from a breakup were those who viewed the breakup as a chance to improve themselves. Breakups can help people accept that they couldn't change or control what their partner did, and it can help people become more forgiving. So take this time to learn and grow and feel better about yourself, as opposed to getting lost in the thoughts of rumination and starting to feel bad about who you are. The second thing to do is don't take it personally. When people get dumped without learning why, they interpret the rejection as an internal reason, linking it to thinking that there was something wrong with themselves. They may have thoughts like, that person refuses to be with me because I'm ugly or worthless or not enough. If a person ghosts you, it says more about them and their emotional immaturity than it does about you. And since you have no information or confirming evidence to suggest that these negative thoughts you have about yourself are true, then you have no reason to believe them. The third thing to do is to stay open to possibilities. I know it can be tough to trust others again and to worry that this situation may happen again in the future, but it's not going to serve you if you let this experience keep you guarded from opening up to others. Question of the day: have you been ghosted before? And what did you do to help you move on? Comment below. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I put new videos out every week, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Until next time, be kind and love yourself.